importantly, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
Well, don't blink with this young fella. BarneySmith, his last 3 all first-round knockouts in a total time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And he says he's looking for another first-round knockout tonight. Let's watch and enjoy.
Talented kid, Royston BarneySmith. And against an opponent who's only been stopped once in his last 18 contests, so a bit of a toughie. And yes, it'll be another test for Royston BarneySmith.
BarneySmith really lets his hands go. Won his last one with a body shot against Lester Lara, a Nicaraguan who came over in February. He doesn't just flail away, he picks his shots, and I think that's what's impressed people so far.
Very skillful boxer, isn't he, BarneySmith? Again, well schooled, works well. Look at that for timing, right on cue there. Just adjusts his feet, maintains a gap, and then brings his opponent onto a straight left hand. Great boxing.
The Mexican himself has 8 wins inside 3 rounds, but he's been stopped on 5 occasions. And BarneySmith will be wanting to add to that tally. Only turned pro last year. And got the experience of Ben Davison in his corner, who I know speaks volumes of this lad. Fast hands, accurate.
Well-timed stuff again from BarneySmith. He's waiting Flores to come over that front foot. He's patient, he's just picking off with the jab there, but it's his adjustment with the feet to maintain that gap and let his opponent walk forward and then fire back with fast counters. That's pretty skillful and well-timed and counter punching from BarneySmith.
Flores trying to get lucky with an overhand right of his own there. Tonight in his 42nd professional contest. Well, Royston BarneySmith hasn't really been able to nail him yet.
Well, it's mainly because Flores he's not coming over the front foot as BarneySmith would hope. He's not coming over that front foot as much as BarneySmith would have hoped for. I think Flores knows he's in against a pretty good puncher who performs well in the first round of contest, so he's just staying warily on the outside, Flores. And I don't blame him, to be quite honest, because when he does come forward, that's when he's going to walk on to a big shot.
Last few seconds of the opening round, which Smith has won. And there's no knockdown there, is there? No, he's not giving a knockdown. Yes, he is. He's given a knockdown there. Well, let's have a look and see how that came, because there was a little short punch which went in there, Richie, which caught him.
Yes, right at the end of the round, there's a definite shot. Let's have a look at it again. As he's coming forward, Flores misses with his...
Look round the back of the head,
yeah,
didn't it?
It did really. So I don't know whether it was really a shot there. It's just literally on the side of the head and towards the back of the head. But the referee gave the count.
Well, Flores didn't like it, not surprisingly. My Spanish ain't too good, but I know for a fact he's not too impressed.
I'd agree with you there, John. I don't think he's too impressed indeed, but a good round for BarneySmith.
Well, it'll go down as a 10-8, won't it?
Yeah, definitely.
With that knockdown. Whether it really should have been a knockdown is open to interpretation. I'm not too convinced, but there we go. Referee's the man nearest, Kieran McCann.
Better again from BarneySmith on his front foot. When you have an opponent who's sitting back and won't come forward, then you've got to make him come forward if that's the way you want to box, and catch him as he's actually moving forward and closing that gap down there. There he wasn't too far away. And you make him come forward with your lead hand. You keep poking and probing away with that shot to make him to come over his front foot. Totally outbox him at range for him to come forward and thinking, well, I'm losing this contest, I've got to do something about this. Then as he comes forward, that's the trap that you're setting, and then you bring him onto the shot. It's your lead hand that does all the work.
Almost got him with a right uppercut there. Flores slipped inside and almost was made to pay.
So that's better work there from BarneySmith, and then Flores just comes forward and gets caught. That lead hand of his is going to be crucial here tonight. Just keep picking away, scoring points, and then bringing the opponent onto shots like that. That's not too bad at all from BarneySmith.
BarneySmith still very much on the learning curve. Trying to get Flores to commit himself, and this time the referee does have a word with him about a punch around the back of the head.
Well, he's going to say he's on the referee here. Yeah, there you go. You know what's coming there.
I'm the guy in charge.
Yeah, definitely.
You can understand Flores being a bit hacked off. He's been caught by a couple which he reckons were clearly round the back of the head.
You can see how he's thinking here, Flores, as well. He's trying to land his right hand. He's thinking of the right hand, but he's too far out, and that's his problem. He's thinking about going forward. He's getting picked off. There he is there. Look, right on cue. You can see how he's thinking, Flores. Wants to land his right hand. There it is again. But as he's coming forward, he gets picked off.
Yeah, and he's going to be kicked. He's going to get clipped by something more substantial. Surely that's going to come. Almost there. He's coming in, throwing himself at BarneySmith, off balance, and sooner or later you get the impression he's going to get tagged.
Yeah, he's going to get tagged. He's just too far out. What he's got to do is work with his own lead hand, double up his jab and quicken his feet up, then throw that right hand. That's what he's got to do. And he's just too far out. There he is again. Wild swing. He's getting a bit frustrated. This all falls into BarneySmith's way of boxing.
Yep, this is clear round for BarneySmith. He had a 10-8 in the opener, and he's absolutely dominated this one as well. And Flores lending nothing of note in this second round. And a little left cross, the last scoring punch from the home favourites.
What he's doing, bluffing to try and see through the
Welcome
ground.
back to your call. Talented youngster from Liss in Hampshire, Royston BarneySmith, in control of this featherweight fight, a six-rounder against a Mexican Christian Lopez Flores. Had a knockdown in the opening round, bit of a soft one with a punch which looked as though it was round the back of the head. Flores gambling, throwing big swings in the second, and almost being made to pay for it big time.
You can only make so many of those mistakes, John Flores, the way he comes forward. He's going to walk onto a couple of good shots here. I heard Ben Davison in that corner say, you know, switch to the body, bring him onto a couple of body shots. And he wants him to concentrate downstairs occasionally. But up to now, so it's BarneySmith's having to think a little bit more against a fairly dangerous opponent with that right hand, but like we've said, he's too far out throwing it, and at the moment BarneySmith boxing very sensibly behind his straight jabs and straight left hands. He's boxing well.
Lopez trying to utilise his left hand lead a bit more in this round. It was just big swings from both flanks in round two. But he doesn't technically look as though he's got what it takes to overcome the southpaw style of BarneySmith. That's where he wants to be, though, up close.
Yeah, not too bad there from Flores. He did get close on that occasion and land a good right hand. That's probably his best shot of the contest so far. So, you know, a glimmer of success there. That's what he's got to do. He's got to close that gap, and he certainly did on that occasion.
Keep him under threat. Keep him under threat. Short, sharp change to the back. Yeah. Again. Yeah. Yeah. Bring your feet in. Don't need to shut the back.
Ben Davison calling out to his fighter to keep Flores under pressure. Keep working out behind that southpaw jab.
Little feints here and there as well from BarneySmith. Yeah, he's boxing, like I said, he's boxing very sensibly here. He's not coming over his front foot, not making too many mistakes, BarneySmith.
He wants Flores to commit himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. That's why those feints come in occasionally with that front foot and that front hand. Just wants Flores to react to that and to come forward and make the mistake. But for me, Flores has got to up the tempo. Again, the pace is suiting BarneySmith down to the ground. He's controlling it with that lead hand.
But not finding the target with that left-hand bomb, which is the big punch in his arsenal. Just partially blocked, almost found the target with that chopping left hand. Last few seconds of the third round. Another round for BarneySmith, but he's just finding Flores a little bit tough to tag clean.
With a double, struggling to close the gap off the one, that's what I was saying in the last round. First one,
it's not quite working out as the quick bowl over that some people, possibly Royston BarneySmith included, perhaps that they thought it was going to be.
You need to come up against opponents like this, John, a little bit awkward. You don't really dance to the tune, as they say. He's winning it, he's winning every round. He's just got to be patient and stick to his boxing. And I think the more Flores comes forward, and if he can get him to come forward more and more, the opportunities will be there for BarneySmith. But he's boxing sensible up to now.
You giving him all three?
Yeah, definitely, hands down. Just glimpses occasionally of Flores landing the odd shot here and there, getting close enough, but overall BarneySmith boxing very well.
BarneySmith coming out with a little bit more intent maybe in this fourth round, looking to land something powerful early on.
I mean, he's known to us anyway, isn't he, Flores? He's boxed boxers that we've featured before on BT, Ryan Garner, Callum Thompson, Macaulay Owen. So he's been here several times. He's only won one of his 11 contests here in the UK. So he's well known to us. He's a tough cookie and he can be very awkward.
And in a lot of ways he represents a step up in class for BarneySmith, which now in the 6th fight of his fledgling professional career is exactly what he needs.
All about being patient to your boxing. Break the opponent down and the opportunities will come. And in this situation, the more Flores comes over that front foot, the more opportunities will appear for BarneySmith. And again, lead hand all the time. Keep working with that lead hand.
Yeah, doubled up beautifully, didn't he, with that right hand. 2 jabs right on target. And it's making Flores a little bit hesitant in committing himself to coming forward.
Good work there from BarneySmith. A couple of good shots, then he adjusted his feet. Didn't come forward. Just got back to the safety zone. And that's, as I said, sensible boxing there from BarneySmith.
This is where BarneySmith wants him.
And that's where he's probably got to switch to the body occasionally, listen to his corner. That's what Ben Davison wanted from him. So he's landing well to the head. When he backs him up onto the ropes, then switch the attack. Try and hurt his opponent downstairs.
Fourth round reaching its conclusion. And a nice right hand from Royston BarneySmith, last big scoring shot. In the dressing room, Ezra Taylor is going to be next in the ring. An international light heavyweight contest against Khalid Gradia. Taylor, an exciting talent from Nottingham. Knocking his trainer's glasses off. That wasn't very gentlemanly, was it?
Not at all, but looking impressive there, looks in great.
Struggling a little bit with it because you're putting too much emphasis on loading up on one shot. Yeah? Take a bit of sting out of it, keep yourself balanced so you're able to go again.
You agree with that, Richie? Put some combinations together, don't telegraph the one big shot.
Yeah, that's what Ben Davison has said there. Yeah, I get what he's saying. I think he's boxing well up to now, but obviously Ben Davison knows his boxer inside out. Thinks he's loading up just a little bit with the single shot, so he wants to see more combinations from him.
Ben really is one of the great students of the sport. I think there's too many who watch more fights than he does. And played a big role in getting Tyson Fury back to the top of the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Flores, the way he's looking too far out, right hand on his mind to swinging shot over the top. But BarneySmith is standing tall and adjusting his feet, going backwards and maintaining the gap. Flores, some real problems in there. Look, he's trying to get close. Look, there's the shot there. There's that right hand. He swings it in. Got a little bit closer on that occasion.
After sort of a fairly entertaining opening round, the styles for me haven't really quite gelled in this fight. In the fifth round now, and it's a learning process, isn't it? But I just sense that BarneySmith has kind of, has he run out of ideas just a touch?
Maybe he probably needs to double up his attacks, John. So there was an attack there from him, that was good. Needed to go again. Probably double up the attacks a little bit more, put the combinations together like his coach has said. But the single shots, they're probably not enough now. Flores is not making those same mistakes, so he's probably just got to go through the gears a little bit, up the tempo, double up the attacks and quicken things up, the tempo a little bit more.
Flores getting in with a couple of body shots there. No great damage done. The left hand looked as though it was the more powerful shot. Only one more round to go after this. Flores trying to finish it. Lopez Flores trying to finish this as the man on the front foot. And he's given Royston BarneySmith plenty to think about.
There was a little spell there where he was nice and consistent being first, whether he was going off first or threatening to be first, kept him on the defensive. That's what you need. Touch gloves. That's what you need to maintain, yeah? Keeping him under threat. Too long of a spell where you're looking to bring him onto a shot. Looking for one big counter. Consistency being first. Keep him on the defensive, yeah? You can bring your feet.
Well, the two men, as is traditional, touch gloves. Last round, is this one going to go the distance? It certainly looks that way.
That's what will be on Flores' mind now, just to get to the end of this round. He's made things awkward. BarneySmith would have liked the stoppage, of course he would, but you know, you're not going to stop every opponent. These are learning contests. You look back at this, if he gets through it, if he's the winner, he certainly took every round up to now.
Don't do it, step right back.
He's just got to keep concentrating and just keep working away. But he'll probably look back and see that he should have upped the tempo here and there. Maybe gone, like I said, double up the attacks. But nevertheless, he's won every round against an awkward opponent, fairly dangerous.
And you're not going to blow everybody
You're not
away.
going to knock everyone out at the end of the day. It just doesn't happen.
Coming up, still to come, we've got Ezra Taylor against Khalid Gradier, Mark Chamberlain against Marvin Damilari, IBF European lightweight title, and David Adelaide, our last fight of the night, heavyweight action against Emir Armatovic.
Better work from BarneySmith there, just went through the gears, didn't he? Up the tempo, good attack, got his opponent in his opponent's corner. And then just came back out, then went back in again. So that was good from BarneySmith.
Stop boxing. Smarten it up there, lads. Don't duck underneath. Turn and face. Both of you.
Have you given Lopez Flores anything, any round in this fight so far, Richie?
No, not at all, to be quite honest. He's been outboxing every round. He's lost all 5. Occasionally he's got close with the odd shot here and there.
Been untidy though, a lot of it, hasn't it?
Very untidy. The quality of his work, you know, isn't in the same league as BarneySmith. The quality of his punching. But nevertheless, it's quite a dangerous opponent, I think. But because BarneySmith hasn't made any mistakes, certainly Flores hasn't drawn him into a toe-to-toe battle. And he's boxed very well at mid and long range, BarneySmith. He's a skillful kid, so he doesn't make too many mistakes, and that's the problem for Flores.
So the last few seconds, and then we find out if the score is, as we think, emphatically in the direction of the Hampshire youngster. Lopez Flores sees it to the final bell. But surely Royston BarneySmith will have made it 6 out of 6. Certainly looks that way.
Overall, a good performance from BarneySmith. I think his corner will be relatively happy. It's another win. He's stopped his last 3 opponents, remember, but you're not going to stop everyone. It's a learning contest against an awkward opponent. Looked good in spells. This fella's played his part and played his role. Occasionally got through with the odd shot, but BarneySmith, it was in another league in terms of his boxing ability, but a good 6-round workout for Royston BarneySmith.
Yeah, and you've got to remember this lad, only 19 years old, sugar boy Roy, and it's still a learning process. Looking to pick up experience of different styles, of different sorts of fights. This is going to be a win, but he'll have easier nights than the one he had tonight. The result is there now. Dev Sani is fair champing at the bit to give us the result, and here it comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, your referee Kieran McCann scores the contest 60-53 to your winner, and still undefeated, Sugar Boy.
He takes every round. There was the first round knockdown. Therefore, the margin of 7 points, 60-53. Royston BarneySmith, 19 years old, wins again, and it's now 6 professional victories out of 6.
John Ritchie, you mentioned it, the boy needs the round.